lovers, how are you guys doing today? So this video is going to be a review of the Colored Raine Vivid Pigments bundle. I just have them in a little Adept Cosmetics magnetic palette. They do have a Colored Raine one that they had for sale separately, which was like $11, but I just chose not to get that because I had to pay for shipping and I have other magnetic palettes, so I really didn't need another one. And this is what the bundle looks like. I do have them kind of separated weirdly, and I'll explain that in a little bit when I get into the review portion, like the actual like formula. But the whole bundle retails for $55, and it does not include affiliate codes, or at least it wasn't supposed to. I saw someone show a screenshot that their affiliate code worked, but when I bought it, the affiliate code would not work, which stunk. And then it also has a total retail value of I think $122 or something along those lines. So it is definitely a better deal to buy them in a bundle because they are all available for purchase for $7.99 each, or no, $6.99 each, I'm sorry. And the product amount is 0.064 ounces for each pan, which is, you know, a pretty decent size. So okay, I'm just trying to decide how I want to go about this review. I bought this on pre-order, so it did take, I don't know, like two weeks to get to me. Everything arrived safely. It was all packaged really nicely. And I have bought one thing from Colored Raine before, and that was the Queen of Hearts palette, which I know people really hyped up, and I thought it was good, but it wasn't like the love of my life type of palette. So I felt like these shades suited me a lot more, especially now because I'm really into colors. So here, let's just go through the story. I got these yesterday, and I know you're probably like, oh my gosh, you're doing a review in one day, which I don't like that either, but I have put these on my eyes so many times, it's ridiculous, and I'll tell you why. So this morning I went to film with it during like the afternoon time, and you know, I did like a first impression where I was doing like a tutorial type video, and I was doing a video basically, and I will try and insert some clips, but basically I tried to use the eyeshadows, and I think I chose some really bad shades out of the bundle, but I kept trying to do the same look and it would not work. Like, I would blend and the shade would literally just pick up and leave. Like, it would look like I didn't put any eyeshadow there even though I blended. Like, it was so patchy. They were literally blending like Subculture, like so pigmented when you place it down, but so hard to blend without losing it all. And there's so much kickback in these shadows as well. So I was pretty sad the first time that I applied it, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna give it another go. So I wiped one eye off and I went ahead and did well, the first time that I tried it, I used the P. Louise eyeshadow base, which is really great. So the second time I went ahead and used the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer, just because it's, you know, it's a pretty well-known one. I've got it here, may as well try and use it, and it pretty much performed the same way. I wiped off both my eyes and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna give it one more go, and I went ahead and used the Nars Concealer because it's just a full coverage concealer, and I went ahead and set one eye with a like face powder and the other eye I left blank so that I could again get a really good idea. And again, both eyes, it did not perform very well at all. It was just patchy and it was just awful. But at that point, I literally taken my makeup off so many times that I was like, my eyes were getting red and irritated, so it probably wasn't helping the blending process either. And I was doing the same look over and over, trying to make the same look work, which I think might have been my problem, at least a portion of it. Like, the shades, like they're literally just blending off. Like, this is just not made for a lid shade. Like, you can see it all there. Like, you can see all the patchiness here where it won't stick, all right here. And I am getting a ton of fallout. I'm gonna go into my previous brush and just kind of blend. See? Looks, I sit there and I blend. See that? This one seems to be blending a little better, it feels like. Yeah, I don't feel like it's blending away, so that's a good sign. I am going to go into my big brush just to see what happens. Yep, if you blend over it, it just literally just goes away. And my eyes are, look how stained they are. They literally hurt. So I was really frustrated. I filmed it, I edited it, I actually already have it ready to go on YouTube, but I'm not going to post it because I went ahead and I looked up a few different reviews, people using these shades, and I saw mostly positive things. So I'm like, I don't want to jump the gun. I don't want to put out a review or like a first impression, whatever, and say like, oh my gosh, this is so horrible, I can't get it to work. Like I'm gonna try a little bit harder for you guys, because I know some people already ordered this, other people are waiting for my opinion on it. So I sat down again tonight after I got my son to sleep, and I did one eye in a certain look, and that one was okay. And then I did another eye, and I was using every single shade. I've used every single shade in the bundle. Some of them I've used several times, and I like did another look on this eye, and what I used, okay, so I actually contacted their customer service and I said, hey, can I return these? Because that's how I was honestly feeling after my play with them in the morning. And they said, no, we don't do returns for eyeshadows, which kind of stinks because they do returns for other things. So I'm like, why like have like partial things? Like why don't just have like either returns or no returns? But I said, okay, can you give me some tips? How do I make these shadows work, basically? And I told them that I like went through all these different things trying to make it work, and it wasn't working out for me. And they said like, why don't you go ahead and try a MAC paint pot? What shades are you having a problem with, and what primers have you used? I listed all the different primers and I told them the shades, and they were like, they said that I shouldn't have any problem with the primers that I use. And they basically just replied back and said, no, there's no problem with those shades. And I'm like, there's definitely a problem with those shades, but okay, I didn't reply back anymore. I'm like, their tips weren't that helpful. So whenever I sat down just now to start playing around with it again, I did use a MAC paint pot. I think 2 of the 4 looks that I just did now. Actually, I did 5 looks, sorry. So I did 1 on each eye, played around, practiced. I was actually a little bit happier that time. I went ahead and wiped it all off, gave my face a few minutes to rest, and I did 1 on each eye again, 1 MAC paint pot, and 1, I think I used the Nars Concealer, and I kind of was getting a little bit of a better feel for which shades work and which shades really don't, and which shades were like ruining the looks. So I went ahead and basically wiped out all that off, gave my face a few minutes to adjust, and then I went ahead and did this look. I didn't film it because honestly, I don't even have the effort in me to film another eyeshadow look today. Anyways, I feel like I have a really good handle on these shades now. I feel like I can give a really good thorough review. Like I said, I have these kind of put funny. I can go ahead and insert a picture of how I put them together. I put like all the shades together, and I put it like where it was aesthetically pleasing whenever I first got them and got them home in the mail. But I kind of had to break that apart. So the shades over here are all the shades that I think are really, really bad. These are the shades that are hard to work with, that don't blend, or they're just not pigmented. So these top 2 shades here, you can use them in the crease really lightly to blend another shade out. It'll work like that. But any of these shades, actually pretty much all of the shades here, I would not recommend using as a lid shade. Like if you want to use it for crease work maybe, but if you want to get a full opaque matte shade on your lid like this, it's just not happening with these. And I don't know what it is about the formula. They're just super dry and a little bit chalky, and they just they don't look good on the lid. Every single time I put these on the lid, it was just a recipe for disaster. So like I said, you could use these 2 to kind of blend out the crease, but these 3 shades right here, they really don't blend well at all. They don't stick to the lid. They're just a mess, which is really disappointing because I feel like, I don't know, these shades right here really speak to me, so I wanted them to be good. So I'm gonna put in the description box, I'm gonna list like the bad, the okay, and the good, or something like that, so you can see, you know, how I'm feeling. But the next like little section here, these are just shades that are okay. I can get them to work, but I'm not like overly happy with them. They're kind of just, they're just fine. They're not horrible. I will say that out of all this color selection, this brown just does not make sense for these colors. I'm just like, this is like, I don't know, like a lost little child. Like do you need me to help you find your mom? Because this is not your family. Like it just, if you're gonna come out with an entire bundle of like vivid, bright, colorful shadows, I don't get having a brown just out of nowhere. But that one actually does blend kind of okay. It's fine. It's not horrible. And I do have a few of these shades on my eyes today. And then this next row right here is the shades that I like, that I find I'm able to use. I think I really like this shade right here. It's not the easiest one to blend. Like, you have to be careful, like when you apply, you don't want to over blend it, definitely. Like I said, these kind of remind me of Subculture, so you want to pack it on and like not, you just don't want to blend too much, which stinks because I like to blend. I like to really take my time and make everything seamless, and you can't do that as much with these. Like, even now I really like this look, but I tried not to overly blend because these shadows just don't respond well to that. So these are the shades, oh geez, that I find bearable, that I like, that I could continue. I mean, I guess I could see myself continuing to use these, but these ones just make me so sad and upset, and I don't even know what to do with them. Honestly, this bundle just kind of frustrates me. I feel like people are trying, like they're kind of getting that, like there's a lot of people out there who are tired of neutral palettes, who want colors. I feel like more brands are kind of, you know, just kind of dipping their toes in the water a little bit, releasing something different, and that's what I definitely felt like this was. But as much as I say, please come out with something different, please do something different, please do, you know, something colorful or just something unique. Like, please don't come out with colors that are horrible. I feel like I had the same experience with the Colourpop Zodiac palette. The colorful shades all stunk. I'd rather have a brand like Tarte, who only sticks to neutral shades all the time, than have a brand that tries to come out with something that appeals to more people but does it so poorly. So just to give you guys my overall thoughts, I am going to go ahead and swatch these out and just show you what they look like. Most of them swatch well. The only ones that swatch really bad are these two colors right here, and then I believe this purple also swatches not that great. However, I don't recommend this bundle. I don't think it's worth the price between like the bundle and the shipping. Even though it's not as expensive as buying them individually, it's literally $60. I just really don't feel like it's worth it. I'm gonna do a video soon on my favorite and least favorite colorful palettes. I have two more that I want to test that I have with me right now. I keep saying like I have more I want to test, but I'm on a no buy in August, which starts in literally an hour and 15 minutes is August, so I need to make an order before August starts. Just kidding. Maybe. I just don't feel like it's worth the splurge. I feel so let down, because even though like the Queen of Hearts palette wasn't my like absolute favorite, I did think that the quality was nice. So here is the first two shades, and I guess they don't swatch that horrible, but the other ones look a lot more pigmented. Like, that's the thing with these shadows, is that they do look pigmented, but that doesn't mean that they're good. So there's the first four. All right, and here is the, yeah, this one doesn't swatch the best, the last purple shade. So these are all the shades that I really had a problem with, and I was not happy with at all. Which, like I said, they swatched fine. They're super dry, super chalky. Okay, so now I'm moving on to the shades that were just okay. Like, I could use them. I highly recommend, if you do have these, if you already bought them or you're still gonna buy them because you're crazy, just kidding, but if you do get these and you're trying to make them work, I think that you really need to set your eyelid heavily, like every inch of your eyelid. I wish you guys could feel these. Like, I don't mind shades that are like a little bit chalky as long as they get the job done, but ooh, sorry, that's a bad swatch. But these are just so dry. And they have so much kick up. Like, no matter what you do when you put your brush in there, there is a ton of kick up. Which, again, doesn't bother me as long as they perform. Alright, here's the last shade of the shades that I really like. So there's how they're looking. I saw a review recently that was so negative, it like literally like I just couldn't even watch it, because I think like, I don't know, I don't want to be a negative Nancy. Even if I don't like a product, I want to just be able to explain it and tell you guys why. But obviously, like, when you spend your money on it, money that could have gone to something you liked more, or just like, you know, savings or something, and you get a product that really stinks. Like it just, you know, it just stinks basically. So hopefully you guys appreciate me making this video. I think it's definitely a pass for me, and I think that's everything I had to say. I am gonna try and insert, well, I guess this is the end of the video, so hopefully you enjoyed me inserting the like little clips of me trying to get it to work. I didn't even plan on filming a review. I just kept playing with it despite my eyes like dying and crying and being stained pink. I just wanted to get to the bottom of it and the quality, so it's disappointing, and I've only seen a few reviews on YouTube, so I'm really curious to see what other people are gonna think when the reviews start rolling in. Hopefully, well, I'm torn. I don't want to be alone in my feelings, but I also want people to really like their products, so who knows, who knows. So I will see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.